What's the word, Thunderbird?
On Mr. Joshua Frank, last name Frank, first name Joshua. He has already signed a waiver. He did want to the court to consider a bond.
Okay.
So the charges here, Your Honor, are out of Tulsa, Oklahoma for conspiracy to commit a felony in violation of the Consumer Protection Act. However, like with the previous, I've been trying to get a hold of the DA's office. Funny enough, the phone number on their own website goes to a deadline number. So I sent an email. I joined on an email.
Fix your website, man.
I know. And so I tried calling one of their alternative lines, and unfortunately I haven't been.
Quick explainer here. When someone's on probation and also has an out-of-state warrant, it gets messy. The judge has to juggle past violations, current risks, and whether the defendant will actually show up in court again or vanish into the wind.
Successful, but the issue with this defendant is he has a bit of history.
I see it.
Sent back to Amy.
DWI's
Obviously, two of them are felonies.
Credit card abuse.
Two of them were revoked as well.
Right. So
Say what?
he's had
Two of them were probations that were revoked.
and then he had a burglary building.
Oof. You could feel that one. This is the cold intersection of justice and economics, when freedom has a price tag. Should judges consider financial hardship when setting bond, or is that just how the system works? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Well, that was dismissed actually. So sorry.
So what's he wanted here?
He's wanted for violation of. Sorry.
So he's on probation?
That was also what I was trying to figure out if it was a. No, whether it was an FTA or not. Oh, whether
What felony are we talking? No?
The level? No, unfortunately. There's something from U.S. Customs and Border, I guess, when they apprehended him, but it doesn't, other than the NCIC, it doesn't say anything about the level. They do say that they did set a bond there for $25,000 for at least one of them, but that they will.
So that means they must be okay with them.
That because it doesn't have that language regard where it says we won't allow him to bond until they return as persons, but it's also U.S. Customs instead of our teletype that we do for our sheriff's office. So, but just because of his revocations and his history, including the ones in Angleton, and I think I was getting to the last part. He also has history. Hold on. A burglary in Oklahoma as well, just recently in 2020, a burglary second degree. And I'm not sure if it's open or not. It was referred to the DA's office in July 2020, but I don't know if it's still open, whether it's disposed. It doesn't say. But it does show that charges were filed.
It's going to be, if he wants a bond?
Yup, you heard right. They can take your car. In Texas, if you're caught racing, law enforcement can seize your ride forever. Doesn't matter if it's a Honda or a $90,000 Hellcat. One night of adrenaline could cost you everything.
I'm okay with it, Ms. Oko, but it's going to be,
Oh, wow.
like high 4, low 5.
High 4, low 5. And I funny enough, I did let him know that it might be high. They don't have the money for that. And I gave them the option of waiting to be picked up, as well as if the judge isn't going to grant, a low or mid-range type of bond. Let him know that. Can we admonish him, Judge? If you don't mind admonishing him now.
Where am I? Oh, Deputy Brown, do you mind bringing out Mr. Joshua Frank, please?
And Mr. Day, if you don't mind telling me, when was his last criminal history?
So for Oklahoma, it's burglary in 20. He was charged with burglary second degree in 2020, July of 2020.
Was that a conviction or just a charge?
That's the thing. I don't know because I've been trying to get a hold of the Tulsa County DA's office and no one's been able to. But he also had one, also a charge in 2020 here, and he was convicted of burglary of building.
Here in Harris County?
Wait, am I looking at the right one?
That's the one in Angleton, right?
No, sorry. Did I pull up two different NCICs? Sorry, 1 second. I sent a couple to Amy. I'm trying to figure out which.
I don't see that here. I only see the credit card. The latest is the
You know what? Let me just run a fresh one so that it doesn't get confused.
credit card abuse and a third.
I'm just gonna.
Sorry, second third.
This one?
DWI, Judge?
Hold on, I could be wrong. One moment, please. I pulled up the wrong one. That's on me. Joshua Frank, Moco, Houston. Phil, credit card abuse.
What date, what year?
Sorry, no, the one in our county for the credit card abuse that was dismissed is the most recent. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. I'll leave that. He had history in Baton Rouge for, the suspended license, but that was in 09 and doesn't.
2009?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. So the only other, I thought there was something else for. No, something. I thought there was something out of Houston in between. No, I guess I was just thinking of the Moco one, but that one's older, so I'm not gonna count it.
Nothing. Okay. And Judge, I wanted to mention it just because he does run his own company, so it looks like he has a clean slate or attempted to do a clean slate, and this is something that he is very definitely trying to take care of. Didn't know where it popped up from, and he just wants the opportunity to do so.
Tony, talk to me while we're waiting.
We have a fleet.
All right, ready?
Sure.
Xavier Cordova.
That's nice. It's Arturo Rodriguez. Yes. I'm standing in for Mr. Ball.
Are you Arturo Rodriguez?
Sir.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're charged with racing on the highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Okay, let's break that down. Frank's got options. He can post bond, lose his time credit, and handle this solo, or stay put and wait it out. But what would you do in his shoes? Fight it from the inside, or roll the dice on the outside?